let's speak about CLII, the Spac, who is going to be merging with the company EVgo. They're known for their fast chargers. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we're speaking about EVgo. So yet another charging station related company we're going to speak about. Now there is something in particular that sets these guys apart from the likes of ChargePoint and Blink. You can charge in minutes, not hours. Now I know with Blink or ChargePoint it doesn't really take hours, but the point stands that these dphc chargers are very quick. One thing to point out, okay, they're the nation's largest public electric vehicle fast charging network with more than 800 fast charging locations. They are nowhere near the nation's largest electric vehicle charging network though, it's just fast charging. They say they have more than 800 charging locations. ChargePoint, for example, our most up-to-date number is 114,000 stations, and that's back from September, so more than likely it's considerably higher right now, and Blink has considerably more as well in the 10,000s also. With that being said, I definitely think there could be a market here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through them. We'll go through the investor presentation, what the deal actually looks like. We'll speak about the fact that they went up to $22 a share off the back of this news. They have a big deal recently made with GM. We'll just get a nice understanding of the company. So my friends, right before we do get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Drop me a comment down below. I'm interested. Did any of you buy these guys yesterday? And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family of investors. Also, if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, that's the first link in the description, my friends. In there, you get access to all of my buy and sell alerts, my long-term positions and my short-term positions, access to over 50 private channels, join a community of over 2,100 investors. It's juicy, baby. We eating baguettes every day. I've got 4 free stocks on Webull. That's the second link in the description. You gotta sign up, deposit $100. It's that simple. 2 of those stocks can be worth $3,700 each. So EV charging 101. I think what you need to understand is the large majority of EV chargers now are level 2. And they can charge up to 10 miles in 30 minutes. What these guys offer is DC fast charging, which can give 90 to 120 miles in 20 to 30 minutes. So you can charge extremely quickly. So this is essentially, from what I can tell, their unique selling point, okay? They have the fastest chargers out there essentially. And they can currently charge any electric vehicle, as far as I understand, that has fast charging integrated. The deal will provide EVgo with about $575 million in fresh capital. So we're going to head over to the investor presentation. It's quite a long one, but we're going to go through a good bit of it. Their vision is pretty much the same as every other green company or EV company. Climate change is the foundational issue and society is shifting towards decarbonisation. I've spoke about this in depth on the channel on several occasions, and an awful lot of my portfolio is in clean energy. Existing EVgo shareholders will be rolling 100% of their equity. That is important. $575 million of net proceeds, and they have a strong balance sheet with no debt. So here's a current snapshot of a pure play market leader. So they're the number 1 in DC fast charging sites with 818 of them. But recently, DC fast chargers to be added under a GM contract, 2,750 of them. This will, make them have an awful lot more charging stations, we'll put it that way. And already 41% of Americans are within 10 miles of an EVgo charger. You can see we have over 220,000 active customers. They are 100% renewable energy powered, which is genuinely very important, and it shows that they really care about their own vision and mission. 48% direct margin year to date, okay, and a 45% year over year retail throughput growth. And they currently own a 50% retail DC market share, which is obviously awesome. So the first thing I see when I look at this company, okay, is I really like what I'm seeing. I think that, these DC fast chargers have a huge role to play going forwards, but I mean, they don't have many chargers compared to some of the competition. All the way back in 2010, they were founded by NRG Energy. A lot of you guys may well know who these are. Nuclear Electric Power Generation Company. You can see some big names there. They're the first to partner with Uber, first multi-city partner with Lyft, first to partner with EV Budget. They have Tesla in there. They say the Tesla connector first charge network with integrated Tesla connectors. They're not actually working directly with Tesla though. So the EV market is poised for tremendous long-term growth. I mean, if you've been on this channel for more than 6.5 seconds, we've spoken about this on numerous occasions. What they say here is unprecedented EV bio growth with 24% CAGR, or almost 100 times expected between 2019 and 2040, which opens a massive addressable market. And yes, that's why a lot of my money is in EV, because I do genuinely think it's going to be one of the best performing industries in the entire world over the next 20-30 years. I've been saying it for a long time. It's inevitable. It has to happen. Whether you like it or not, the world is going to EV. By 2040, about 28% of all US vehicles are expected to be battery electric, implying significant additional growth growth thereafter. And this is why, you know, a lot of people initially started investing in the EV companies, then we started getting involved with the chargers. And I mean, I initially spoke about Blink when they were back at $6 or $7 a share. Now Blink is all the way up at 44.35. SBE, I'm up over 170% in them. I was up over 200% in them at one stage. You can see they've had their highs and their lows. I initially bought these guys in the $13 range. So I am relatively up to date with, you know, the world of EV chargers, and we've done quite well with our picks. So EV charging is growing rapidly, but DCFC is growing faster. So the network is built out defined by customer needs. And again, this pretty much goes for all of these EV chargers, etc, etc. We have OEMs, fleets, MHDs, governments, utilities, etc, etc. Now, this is interesting. EVgo's commercial relationship with OEMs, fleets, site hosts, and governments. You love to see it. We have a lot of very important relationships here. Some very big names. GM being potentially the most important one as of right now, and is what is more than likely going to help them accelerate this growth curve. That active contract for the development of 2,750 chargers cannot be overlooked, considering that's essentially double what they have right now. And it's happening as of right now. New stations will be available to customers starting early 2021. Now, what I should point out is that EVgo does seem to have a fantastic reputation, which is driving customer acquisition and retention. They say their operational excellence has led to 98% uptime. And that is something we have heard complaints about in regards to both ChargePoint and Blink in the past. So, you know, you're happy to see that. So they do say here that DCFC infrastructure is necessary for the growth of EVs. And I most certainly agree. But I do expect essentially everybody in this game to get into DCFC at one stage or another. And I know often we speak about how important it is to be first to market in this game. I don't think it's necessarily the most important thing in regards to the subsector of DCFC. Think about it, say for example your ChargePoint, and by the time you start implementing it, you have 200,000 or 300,000 chargers already. You have millions and millions and millions of customers. It will be seamless to change all of them to a better charging station. So I do believe with what they're saying here, but I also believe that the competition is more than likely going to catch up when they need to. I don't think this is really a necessity yet. So strong financial profile driven by market growth and operating leverage. 14 million 2020 estimates, 2021 estimates 20 million. So you can see yet again it's another company where you can't expect to see very large revenue for a considerable period of time. And they expect to turn free cash flow positive by 2026. So their competitive moats continue to grow wider and deeper. Electrification unlocks a massive addressable market. Total TWH demand expected to grow 30 times by 2030 and 100 times by 2040. That isn't really a moat. Their proprietary technology, okay? It enhances their best-in-class customer experience and retention. Yes. Compelling unit economics. So they build, own, and operate model that achieves profitable growth. Love that. Disciplined, data-driven underwriting drives capital allocation with minimum return thresholds. Love that. And robust long-term cash flow generated by each site. Fantastic, of course. Industry-leading partners, they do, but so does Blink and so does ChargePoint. Superior locations and site positions, I can't necessarily agree with that one, just given to the fact that there is nowhere near as many chargers as some of the competitors. Now, here's where things get a bit interesting, okay? So transaction overview and pro forma equity ownership. Pro forma enterprise value of about 2.05 billion. The transaction reflects a $2.6 billion post-money equity valuation for EVgo. $2.6 billion valuation. Deal value at 2.1 billion. The deal value 2026 estimates is 6.2 times. Already after the recent run up, you're looking at more like a 12.5 times 2026 estimate. So when you look at it here, the revenue growth, EBITDA growth, it all looks very good from a percentage point of view, but if you actually do compare it to some of the peers, it's not quite as good. I think the valuation is okay. I don't think the valuation after this run up is absolutely fantastic. Now, do I think that means that it's not going to go up more? Not by any means whatsoever. I definitely think it has a lot of potential to go up considerably higher. But after already seeing this huge run up, I personally wouldn't be jumping at the opportunity to invest in these guys yet. Now what I will say is I do see a lot of room for DCFC to grow very quickly, potentially quicker than a level 2 charging stations as of right now. And I think that the GM deal could well help these guys out considerably down the line. But looking at them, I prefer ChargePoint right now. The valuation's just not fantastic in my opinion. But I'd also say for ChargePoint and Blink right now, the short-term valuations aren't fantastic either. Keep in mind guys, I bought SBE, I bought ChargePoint at what, 13.90ish a share. I haven't bought any shares in the 40s or even the high 30s. So it's not that I'm just saying this company right here I don't like the valuation. There's a lot of them where I think short-term values are a little bit high. I'd be looking for better entry points. I'm definitely not saying I won't invest in these guys. There definitely is a chance I will in the near future. I'm going to be monitoring them. They're added to the watch list. I will keep up to date with them. I'll keep up to date with news. I'll keep an eye on market sentiment, etc, etc. If you watched all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed the video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please, my friend, subscribe if you're new around here. Also, if you are interested in joining that private Discord group, again, that's the first link in the description, my friends. So much juicy information there. We're eating baguettes every day. And if you want those free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description, my friends. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.